Hi, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and get started. It is about 10:30. Today, I'm going to be walking you through an app called Intuit Field Service Management on my iPad. And um, also, I wanted to let you know that I'm available for a free consultation after this webinar is over. So if you want, you can reach out to me directly at 651-927-8850. You could send me an email, rebecca@fieldserviceadvisors.com, or you could go to a calendar link on my website to schedule some time with me, fieldserviceadvisors.com. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. So if you're already using Intuit Field Service Management, it's going to be helpful to follow along and look at your tablet as I'm going through the demonstration today. If you're not using Intuit Field Service Management yet, don't worry, you could absolutely follow along regardless if you don't have the app downloaded, because a recording of this broadcast is going to go out after I am finished today. So I've got the iPad up on the screen, and you can also use an Android device as well. There's a square with an arrow through it. Oh, I apologize. Give me 1 second. There's a square with an arrow through it in the right-hand corner of your screen. So go ahead and press that. And we're going to create a new work order today. And I am going to look for a customer. And now if your technician is on site, and this is handy when another neighbor asks you to service their property, or perhaps the phones are rolling over to your technician, they can easily look up a customer right on their device. And if the customer is not found, no worries. You can hit the square with the arrow through it again, or if it's the Android, the 3 dots, and hit create new customer. And the technician would be able to create a new customer right on the spot. So I'm going to create a job today, and then I'm going to assign it to myself and get started. Okay, so today I'm going to be doing repairing I think a unit. There's a no cool coming out of the AC unit. Customer said that there has been no cold air for the last 3 days now, period. I'm going to be checking out their AC unit, period. Okay, continue. And at this point, you can say review and confirm save, or you can come down here to this appointment area where you see unscheduled, and you can change it to be scheduled. And I'm going to change that for today at 11 o'clock. And I'm going to go ahead and hit save. And now you can see that it's waiting for me to get picked up. And I just got an alert now that it's in my queue. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up and start this job. So the work's been started. And now I'm going to go ahead and get a few pictures. So I'm going to go to the notes area, and I'm going to hit the addition sign here. And I'm going to get a picture note. As you can see, I've got my camera going on my computer. And I'm going to take another picture. That is my treadmill desk that I use when when I want to, which is not as often as I should. All right. And then this, I'm going to also do a text note. And now this area is an internal notes area that's communicated between the technician and the office. So if there is something that the technician does not want the customer to see, this is where they would put it. So all administrative things, and then any other thing that you can think of that would be between the technician and the office. Customer informed me that they are no longer the contact. It is his daughter. Her name is Mary. Sue Ellen, and her phone number is 612-205-3485. Her contact email is marysueellen147@gmail.com. Customer also let me know what the garage code is. It's 1013, and that's for both garage doors on the left and the right. Customer said if for whatever reason the garage door entryway is locked, there is a hide key under the welcome mat on the front stoop, period. Mary Sue Ellen will be on the property, but we do not need to bother her as she works from home, period. Customer said to charge the credit card on file, one ending in 1479 for all services provided, period. So you can see that the voice to text is very good. And you just have to hit the microphone on your Android device or your Apple device in order to get it to capture all of that. And then you would go ahead and say done. And I'll show you later where that note is going to show up. And then we're going to come back here. All right. And I didn't do this initially, but you can click on the service address on your Android or Apple, and it should open up a map automatically so you can get to where you're going. You can also click on the contact information and call out to the customer. Now, if it's downloaded on a tablet, it won't call out to the customer, so make sure you have it downloaded on your phone, the app on your phone as well, if you want to go ahead and call the customer before arriving. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and complete the job now. So I'm going to change my status to completed. And if you have the time card module, it will post your time once I do hit complete. So if you hit pause or complete, it will post your time to the time card. Customer called in because there was no air circulating. I was able to replace the coil on the back of the AC unit, and I replaced refilled the refrigerant with 10 pounds of refrigerant, period. I was on site for 2 hours, period. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and add that AC unit. I'm going to say complete. And then I am going to take a payment today. So I'm going to go down to here where it says invoice total, because the customer did mention that we could charge the credit card on file. So I'm going to get the invoice ready for the office so they can enter in the credit card information they have on file. And I was on site for 2 hours, so I'm going to say labor. And I leave the labor blank, depending, because my rate does change depending on what I am doing. And these are the price list items that you can find within QuickBooks. So this list right here, and if you don't have an extensive price list, don't worry. You could always just have like just 2 generic items, and that would be fine, labor and parts. Okay, and then so yeah, I have a flat rate, so that is included. So I did use a coil, so I'm just going to come over here. So I don't have a coil created, and it was $30. Okay, so now I'm done, and I'm going to hit the square with the arrow through it. At this point, if the customer was available with that credit card, I could say pay, and I could go, cash, check, or credit card. But if the credit card number is on file at the office and I don't want to call the office to get the credit card to process the payment, I'm just going to leave it right here. If the customer is available for a signature, I'm going to hit the square with the arrow through it, and I'm going to say sign. All right, so we're going to accept a signature, and I'm going to say done. And then if you do have that credit card number available, you can hit pay. Let's just say the customer wants to pay with a check today rather than a credit card. It does load like this because it does refresh the dispatch board back at the office. Oh, hold on one second. I'm just gonna close out and go back in. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a check today, and it's gonna be from Craig Burton. Okay, check number, and I'm gonna go ahead and charge and email off that payment receipt to the customer. So I'm all finished now, and I'm gonna come back to the browser, and I'm gonna take a look at the completed job. Here it is right on top. And here is that note that I made. So that's where you can find the note that the technician communicated to the office. And when I'm ready to go ahead and synchronize with QuickBooks, you can see that it's paid with check and it's been approved. So anytime a payment is taken in the field, it's automatically moved to the approved status, which lets QuickBooks know that it's available to export. So I'm going to go ahead and open QuickBooks now. I'm using QuickBooks Desktop Enterprise today. And I'm going to go ahead and run that synchronization. And, I do have customers that run the synchronization every 10 minutes. And then I have customers that run it once a day. So that's totally up to you how frequently you want to run it. Customer changes will automatically be synchronized over to QuickBooks. So if you do add a new customer or you do change a customer record, that information will automatically come over before the synchronization even occurs. But then just know, once you do add multiple computers to the synchronization, the automatic web connector of updating customers without the synchronization, that will go away. So that's just, if you just have one computer connected to the synchronization, that web connector tool works in the background. But when you do change to a multiple synchronization, you do have to run the sync for everything. So yeah, contact me after the demonstration is done for additional questions, and I'd love to meet with you one-on-one. All right, so Corrigo is the company that created Intuit Field Service Management for QuickBooks, and they did purchase it directly from Corrigo. And Corrigo is the company that services, does the technical support, and they are available from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday, by phone call, and they are available by appointment over email, and that would be at support@corrigo.com. So just know that if you are getting a little bit of a hold time on the line, have no fear, just hang up and call back, and that always works for me. Just give me one moment. Sometimes the synchronization box doesn't come up right away. So if that happens, what I would recommend is just to close QuickBooks and reopen it. And typically that solves the problem. Or you can just close out this home screen here, and it might be hiding, behind the home screen. So let's see, it's not here. So let's go ahead and exit QuickBooks. And this is good to see. No, it's good to see just for troubleshooting for yourselves, what happens if that synchronization box doesn't come up. Go ahead and just close out QuickBooks, and it should be, it should come up the next time. And even on a live webinar, this happens to me. So okay, I'll just open up QuickBooks again, and we'll be in business. Okay, so while this is coming up, I'm just going to talk about the pricing. It's $35 per user per month if you have between 1 and 10 users, and once you go over 10 users, it goes down to $31. And there are additional fees if you want to add on the service agreement module or the time card module of $13.33, or it goes down to I believe $11, but let me pull up the pricing. So I'm going to go ahead and synchronize now. And a little blue box should pop up momentarily. Okay, and you don't have to hit next, but you can if you want, it does speed it up just a little bit. And you can choose to have your technician's initials on your invoice if you would like. Okay, and if you do have your inventory center turned on in QuickBooks, it would decrement at the warehouse level. If you do stock your trucks with inventory, it would update the inventory if you wanted to load up each truck as a warehouse site. If you didn't want to load the trucks with inventory, that's fine. If you just wanted to turn your inventory centers on, it would sense whatever inventory items were taken, and it would decrease those on-hand counts accordingly. And it does that by sending over the invoice items. So until that invoice comes over, then it updates the on-hand counts. And the inventory centers are available in all versions of QuickBooks Desktop, Pro, Premier, and Enterprise. When you have to go to the advanced inventory is when you would like multiple sites. So if I wanted to say track 10 trucks with inventory, then I would need the Enterprise version of QuickBooks. And you would have to get the Platinum Edition. And I can also speak to Enterprise, so please contact me if you're interested in purchasing Enterprise in addition to Intuit Field Service. You would get a free user with Intuit Field Service on Intuit Field Service if you do decide to go with Enterprise, and I can help you activate that. So if we want to just come here and check on Craig Burton, there that work order is, and it is paid. And you can see here my work done description that I made in the app is available here. And of course, you can edit these invoices here. All right, well, hey, thanks so much for your time today. Tune in every single Wednesday at 10:30. I said I was going to bring up the pricing here. Here it is. So it does go down. Oh, sorry, it's $15 if it's between 1 and 10 users, and then the additional modules go down to $13.33 per user. You do have to have the base licenses match the add-on modules. So I couldn't say that, hey, I wanted 2 time card licenses and 5 base licenses. You would have to have 5 and 5. All right. Thanks so much for your time, and tune in every Wednesday at 10:30.